What's up, cinephiles? My name is TJ and welcome to Cinemateq. We're about 6-7 weeks into the existence of this channel, and it dawned on me that we've never actually talked about what this channel is meant to be. So let's talk about the future of Cinemateq and what I want to see out of it. The main point of all of this is that I want people to have better conversations about film. In recent time, and if you're on the internet at all, you will have seen this as well, people are getting swallowed up by the Disney hype machine, or more broadly, the Hollywood hype machine, and conversations about film seem to be centered more on people saying that they really like this one movie, and then a lot of people parroting that and saying, oh yeah, it's a really great movie. These conversations don't really tell you anything, and you don't learn anything from them. Besides that, people seem to be falling into two camps. There are people who will say that they absolutely love a film, and then there are those who will hate a film so much they will produce endless amounts of content destroying these films. And I have to step back and say, what is actually the point of all of this? What do you learn? What do you gain from endlessly destroying or praising a film other than telling people that you hate or love something? While these are personal and natural reactions to have to art, solely basing your entire interpretation of a work on that base emotion just doesn't make any sense. You need to actually talk things through, learn something new about what you hate and love so much, and then move on from it. The question then becomes, well, how do we fix this perceived problem? And in the case of the Hollywood hype machine and all that comes along with it, my solution to that quite simply is to just ignore that it exists. I honestly don't see a reason to create another film channel on YouTube that will do live trailer reactions to the new Spider-Man trailer, or have teardowns of the next Star Wars film because it gets a lot of views. There's really no point to it. I get no joy out of those things, and I feel like there are other people out there like me who are just tired of this type of film conversation. Instead of focusing strictly on Hollywood, we want to look at the industry news that shapes the film-going experiences that we all have. Look at the art house films and the festival films and the films that go into awards season, and try to get a better understanding as to why these are important films, why they're thought of so highly. But also at the same time, take a look at the films that have been considered bad and finding redeeming qualities within them. Just because a film is bad doesn't mean it's not worth talking about. And to reiterate that point, we just want to have better discussions about films. We want to take the evaluative language completely out of it. You will not see reviews on this channel. You will not see me just say, I really like this film because it's great, and then leave it at that. I want to try to explain myself and to have conversations about films that don't center around my own personal judgments. So to the end of having better film conversations, a lot of this is going to fall on you, the viewer. I hope that there's an audience out there for content that treats film like an art form and doesn't just dismiss films as something that can be upvoted or downvoted and left at that. In order to have better conversations about film, we need to put out content that elicits that better conversation. If you look at some of the videos that we've already put out, we've been focusing mainly on videos that recap the important news stories, or the stories that are at least important to me, the things that I like to talk about. That said, they might not be the things that are important to you, and as the viewer, I would love to hear from you as to how important these news stories are to you and what kind of stuff you want to see out of that kind of video. Beyond that, I would love to do a series where I profile independent movie theaters and look at how they manage to survive in the current landscape of multiplexes and Netflix. I would love to have in-depth conversations with film programmers at these independent theaters and also at film festivals to better learn how they actually do their job. The idea of putting together a 20-film program at a film festival after receiving 1,000 entries doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know how these people do it, and that's something that I would love to learn. We also have a podcast in the works that will take a look at films that were made in the 80s and how our own nostalgia can color our memory and our experience of these films. The podcast will feature myself, Rob, whose voice you've heard in the background of some of the previous videos, and our good friend Tim. We all have various experiences from films from the 80s, and we were all born at different times, so our experiences with those films are all going to be different. And I think that will lead to a pretty interesting conversation about how we remember these films from our childhood. We've got tons more stuff in the works as well, but we all know that channels on YouTube grow because they respond to their audience. And this is where I want to hear from you. What kind of content do you want to hear that you think will create great discussions about film? Please let me know in the comments below. Go back and check out some of the previous videos and comment on those as well. Help us guide the future of this channel into the future. I want to make this an inclusive space. I want everyone to comment and feel free to comment. I will say that as a broad mission statement for this channel, we don't care if a film is a masterpiece. We only care about what we can talk about. And if a film is awful, but there's a lot to say about it, then let's talk about that film. All right, everybody, that's enough of me being super pretentious. I hope you got something out of this video, and I hope you decide to participate in this little experiment that we're trying out. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, like this video, and once again, just comment below. Give us your feedback. We'd love to hear from you.